So this is my 174 mile an hour speed car. I took this to Rossa last year. This is the first speed car I ever built, and I did 174 mile an hour on my first time out. And we're going to make it even faster. And remember everyone, you can win one of these limited edition RC 3D printed jet boats. The Game Over limited edition, or one of your choice. Link in the description. So this is last year's car. This started life as a Haybayo VTE2. So what we've got, a few carbon parts on this car. We have the carbon fins, they're from Scorched RC, and the Delta Plastics C100 body. So under the hood, we have carbon fibre Scorched RC splitter, full carbon fibre Scorched RC chassis. We have these shell retainers. These are the new ones from Scorched as well. These are really good and really well made. And everything else is basically standard. Power-wise, Castle XLX2 and a giant motor. This is a 1728 1700 kV motor. It's absolute beast. How are we going to make it faster? Well, with this car, I'm not actually going to use it. We're going to build a brand new car with double the horsepower. So let's have a look what we've got for it. So chassis-wise, we're going to still stick with the Haybayo VTE2, but this is a new V2 version. So let's get it out, have a look. So out the box, can I see a few minor changes to this model? One being the top plates, and then you have a mount for the ESC. You have these guards. They've changed these drive shafts. They weren't like that in the old one. And we have different shock towers on the rear. The original shock tower looks like this. Also, you have these. You do have body shell retainers on this car as well. A few bits I'm going to be using from this car. Bit of a waste. All I'm going to be using is rear axle, front axle. So last year, this is the motor I ran. Also ran XLX2. This year, however, we're going to be running another XLX2 with also another 1700. So we're going to set this one up as a dual motor. So this year's goal is 200 mile an hour. That's what I want to achieve with this dual motor build. We've also got about 8 weeks now till Rossa, so I need to get this car done. So me and Kev and everybody, again, we're off to Rossa. So let's get on with it. We'll show you all of the new parts and we'll start building. There we go, front and rear end off. So we need something to put in the middle of it. So here we have full Scorched RC VTE2 carbon fibre chassis. Look at the work on there, looks really nice. And we've got, these are the spacers for the chassis, and we also got carbon standoffs, shock standoffs as well, or shock towers, must say, sorry. So let's get all that fitted to the car. So we've got the space on now for the front and rear axles. Now we need to attach the high mass splitter. And now we need to get front and rear axles back on. Right, before putting the rear axle back together, we need to strip it apart. Because we have this really nice Scorched diff locker for the rear. Option crown gear 40 tooth and option 15 tooth input shaft and gear. I've got an easier way of doing this. Kev showed me this. I'll see if it works. Boom, there we go. All together. Got the carbon shock tower on there, and we have the diff locker. So we did make a bit of a mistake with this one. So with the Scorched diff locker, the rear one comes in 2 options. You get the diff locker or you get the kit. I only got the diff locker. With the kit, you get different axles. These ones are just not, they're too long. Okay, so that's the rear end fitted. So now we need to move on to the front end. Okay, so with the front end, we need to get all this completely stripped. We need to get the diff out, because we need to put earplugs in that. How's that for a brand new kit? Nice rusty bolt. It's nice. Right, so we need to get that all cleaned out of there. Front diff is apart, and obviously we need to install the optional gearing. So now we've got some earplugs, 4Cs inside the diff. Nice and tight front diff. So that's all the front end back together. We've got the diff all in there, ready to go. So what we need to adjust is this, because all we need off of this, which is a bit of a shame, hinge pin retainer, front and bottom. So I need to cut this off here, then somehow cut across here. So there we go, hinge pin retainers are done. I know that's not pretty, but it will do the job. So that's the bottom one, and then top hinge pin retainer there. So next thing we need to get installed is this new VTE2 servo saver set. We need to get that on there now. So there we go, all together. This is very nice. So we'll get that installed back on the front end. Okay, now that bit's done, it's all installed. Look, that is a lot better than the standard setup. So get that installed back on the chassis. So we've got the rear end on and the front end's now done. So carry on with the middle section now. So top mount. So we have most of the chassis installed now, front to rear. Next, I need to take the rear shocks off. I'm going to make them stiff so there's no moving in them at all, hardly. So we've got the shock off. I'll show you what I do with these. I keep them completely solid. And I'll show you now how I do it. So unclip it. Remove the sleeve. Remove the spring. Remove that off there. So that's removed off there. Remove the little dust cover because I won't be needing that either. So I'll slide one of these little collets on here. And then voila. So that basically just stops. You've got a tiny bit of squish and it stops the rear end compressing. Spring retainer on there and then pull and push. A little clip down. We fitted the rear diffuser, just had to trim it out down there around the bolts. But that's the armour diffuser fitted on there. Now we need to get the motors installed. So I've got the Scorched RC dual roto lock mount. This is very nice. So we need to get the motors fitted to them and then that fitted into the car. Now I've got to try and get the motor mount attached. So next thing we need to install the Pinocchio shaft. Full titanium. So I've got the spool all sorted out. It comes with all these different spacers so you can get it perfectly lined up inside the spool in the car. But you just got to remember all this needs thread locking, and the thread lock I use is this one here. And this is, if you don't want to get anything undone, then use this. This is ridiculously tight. Okay, so that's all together. So that are now fit in there, lovely. Okay, so what I've also noticed is a lot of slack, if you can see that, in that front, the centre shaft. So I'm going to use a little bit of fuel tube, cut a tiny amount off, put it in the front and rear. So a couple of bits of fuel tube. And then one bit in there as well in that cup. Okay, so with the fuel tube installed, look, you have a tiny bit of play in there. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, there we go. Motor's all installed. Pinocchio centre spool. So now it's going to put the pinions on. I'm not going to put them on permanently, just to test. And these are the new Scorched ones. So they're dual grub screws, really nice made. So we're going to start off with 36 tooth. So next we have the Perfect Pass bat wing. So I'm going to get this together and install it on the car. Look at that. It's very nice. We've got the Perfect Pass Special Edition bat wing installed on there. The round shipping one. It's awesome. What I didn't know is I need all the mounting hardware from the Limitless. So I've ordered it. I found it on eBay for the whole lot for 25 quid. These are coming off. We're going to have solid links on the front and the servo is going to be mounted here. So next step, I've got to install these. These are the side body shell retainers. Got the shell retainers installed, both sides. And that's got a delivery through the post from David at Scorched RC. I have my rear axles. Next, we need to fit these. So we're going to use solid links on the front to replace the suspension. The Traxxas ones, these are TRX 3644, 39mm. So there we go, all installed, all tightened up. Right, the next step we need to do, I hate this bit. This is drilling the entirety of the chassis. Servo's going to go over there. Linkage pass through here and then attach to the steering. So I'm going to be running 2 sets of batteries either side. ESCs are going to go here. So what I need to do now is drill all the holes for the servos, for the ESCs, and for all the battery ties as well. Drilling carbon fibre. I got a bit in my finger a couple of months back and it was horrendous. Not nice to work with. So we've got it all marked out where the servo's going to go. We've got to drill it out. Okay, we've got the servo installed now. So we've got all the ESCs installed now. They're on these lovely, like, scorched RC brackets here, look, for the XLX2. Just need to tidy up the motor wires at some point. Okay, so now we've got that done. We've got to put these little retaining, so battery retaining straps in, these nice little scorched ones here. Okay, so we've got all of those done now. So there we go, one side is done. We've got all the retainers fitted here, battery retainers, so 4 for each battery, and there'll be 2 straps obviously to each battery, and we've got the Velcro on here as well. Batteries will fit in something like that. So that's done. Need to do the whole of the other side, so put it back on when that's done. And then we haven't got a lot to do. Okay, we've got all the battery restraints in now. They're into all ready to go. ESCs are all plumbed in. Receivers fitted. So not a lot left to do now on the car. I've painted the body shell. I'm not sure on it at all. So it's fully airbrushed by me. I just thought I'd have an experiment as it's a speed car. See how it came out. Let me know what you think in the comments to when it's come out. I think it looks okay. So yeah, the car is 98% complete now. So we've got the side retainers in there from Scorch. That's held on well. Everything fits as it should. Got the aerials coming out. It's looking good. So there we go, everybody. Car is complete. We're ready for Rossa. We need to do a few little bits of the car. We need to set it up on the radio. We need to set the suspension up, set the ride height up, set the camber adjustment and all the toe and everything. Apart from doing that, it's ready to go and it's ready to see if it'll do 200 mile an hour. I'm hoping we're going to do 200 mile an hour this year, but who knows? Hopefully it won't take off. But next time we see this car, we'll be at Rossa. There will be a video coming of Rossa and the whole event and all of everything leading up to it. So keep on. So keep an eye out for the video. Like and subscribe. All the parts I use in this will be in the link. All the parts I use for this car, there'll be a link in the description. You can go there, have a look, and see what you think. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace everyone, bye bye now.